Alright, so welcome to my Caribbean sailboat excursion vlog about how I got from Panama to Colombia. So anyway, here is the ocean, and this is all of us. This is the group. There's 12 of us with Tony, our concierge. And you'll see here, this is our sailboat. It's the Koala. It's 51 feet long and had a rough room for 16 people, which is a pretty tight fit. But hey, that's what happens when you sail on a boat, which I'd never done before. So anyway, I want to cover two quick things real quick before we get too far into the vlog. Number one is that I made this video primarily for my fellow passengers, for them to enjoy and remember this experience, though of course you can follow along and enjoy it as well. The second is that I'm on vacation, so I didn't have my camera on me every day, and sometimes I just wanted to enjoy the experience rather than capture the experience. So I hope you can appreciate that. So let's go ahead and introduce everybody. First off, there's me. I'm trying to climb up to set up a cool shot, which you see later in the video, and here I almost swipe out. I almost fell off the boat. In retrospect, maybe I should have fallen off because that would have been really funny, but I didn't. Here's the captain. He had two specialties. One is hiring really good people, and the other is the ability to hang up bikinis to dry. Here's Eddie. She was our cook and also all-around amazing person. She pretty much worked and slept. She is spectacular. If she was in the States, she would make so much money. Here's Edwin, the first mate. He could do everything really well except speak English, but that's okay. He was very useful and I appreciated his expertise. Here's Tony, our concierge. He's from Detroit. I had a lot of fun hanging out with him. We had a fun chat about Justin Verlander, so I definitely enjoyed that and I hope you understand that reference. If not, it's okay. It's just a baseball thing. Here are Raphael and Sabine, a couple from Germany. Very sweet. They had pretty much a private experience, kind of a honeymoon thing. Really nice people. Here's Marius, their friend, also from Germany. He's the best one in the group at volleyball. And here's us playing volleyball, which we did for an entire afternoon. Here's Marco and Ariane, which you'll see in just a second. They're also from Germany. They're on a year-long vacation. I am so jealous. I hope someday with my wife I can go on a year-long vacation as well. And here's Kevin, our last German in the group. He couldn't speak English very well, but he certainly made up for it with personality. Really nice guy. Definitely enjoyed his time. Here's Dom from London. He and I both read science fiction, so we had a lot of fun chatting about that. He was also my bunkmate, so he and I got pretty close through the experience. Here's Ray. He was from Australia. He was the coolest guy in the group until he ran out of cigarettes, and then he wasn't the coolest. This is Ben, also from Australia. He is Ray's boss and his sidekick, so that's a pretty interesting gig. Here's Sarah, our last Aussie. She spent the entire trip planning for a job interview, and I think she put more work in that interview than I have put into some jobs. And here's Sabrina, a Swiss girl, absolutely beautiful inside and out. I did get her permission to refer to her as a beautiful girl, so even though she is 30, yes, she is still a beautiful girl. Alright, so now we're going to focus on a little bit of the experience. I'm going to show you an excursion that we did one day with kayaks, where we kayaked out like a kilometer to a shipwreck, and you're going to see us swimming around and having all sorts of fun. Now I'm just going to shut up and let you enjoy this footage. Alright, so let me give you some information about the trip. So we all left from Panama City and the boat took us to Cartagena, Colombia. We spent 3 days in the Blas Islands, which are absolutely beautiful. It's like 200 small islands, very fun and easy to enjoy. Everything was provided for us, so it was super easy. Here is an island that we spent a day on, so I literally went over there with my towel, my book, and some water. I slept, I read my book, and I swam, and I spent an entire day doing that. I didn't have my camera, so you're just gonna have to imagine what that experience felt like. Here is the Colombian Coast off in the distance, which we saw for a little bit until we hit open waters, and you'll see a few shots of that in a bit. Here's another island opposite the one I just told you we spent the day on. It kind of felt mysterious. Didn't really look, I don't think it was really accessible, but it sure looks beautiful. And here, because of the sunset, I want to have another shot. It's kind of overexposed so you can see how green and beautiful it is. So here's our last few shots of the group. So after about 6 days, once we really hit open water, I think we all had a little bit of cabin fever. It was very hard to just relax because 16 people on a 51-foot boat was a challenge. But everybody got along great. It was totally a lot of fun. I've talked to a bunch of people who recommended this trip to me before I took it. I'm very glad I did. It's something that pretty much everyone enjoyed, and I thought for the price it was pretty reasonable. So anyway, here we got a little bit of the open water experience, which we said we spent 36 hours on that before we got to Cartagena. I'd never actually been out on the ocean like this, so it was a special experience. So here's our final shot of the Koala, our boat. I'm very glad I got to ride on here. And here's a final shot of me doing my best Leo impression. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.